So here we are once again, reviewing some very wholesome anime on this very wholesome channel. And you know the deal, we're not gonna go over the normie type of that, you'll see on every other channel. Instead, we're gonna dig deep in a site called Mal or My Anime List, whatever you call it, looking for those hidden gems. And by hidden gems, I mean that is scored like this. Now, you may be asking, why do you do this to yourself, Mo? And to answer that question, it's your fucking fault. Why did you get the video to 6K likes? Or actually even double. It's 12K, man. So as promised, I never break my promises. Like, I even went out of my way to do the One Piece in minutes. So yeah, I don't break my promises, and here is part 2 of this. Part 1, you can find a link in the description, or if I don't forget. And yeah, it's pretty much the same deal for this video. I pretty much went to the wholesome anime category, sorted by score, and went to the very last page where the lowest scores are, and suffered for the sake of this video. Like, maybe it would have been a good idea to be, an absolute normie. Let's talk about Onichichi, Bible Black, all that cool stuff. It's nice stuff. It's good content. Just kidding, that would be absolutely boring because everyone and their mama knows about them. So to spice things up, I thought I would go over Japan's worst abominations and make a video on it. But before we do get into the wholesome stuff, let me talk about today's sponsor, NordVPN. If you're like me and like anime, but unfortunately the anime you're looking for is restricted in your country, no worries, don't fret, because NordVPN got your back and will allow you the ability to view anime legally outside of your region. And it's also pretty good if you just want to watch hentai. Now you may be asking, what is the importance of having a VPN? Well, let me tell you. In this day and age, the internet is something we probably access every day. And if you don't, I don't know how you do it. But using a VPN will allow you to keep all your internet data secured and encrypted. And without a VPN, your internet provider can know exactly what you're doing. So if you're out here doing research like I had to for this video and want to view some very wholesome anime, well, there's a chance you're not watching it alone. And let's say you're outside, even though we all know I don't go outside. But hypothetically speaking, let's say you connect to a public Wi-Fi. Well, you can get NordVPN on your mobile device and in just one tap keep all your information safe and protected. And using my link in the description, nordvpn.com/SomeMoeGaming, you can get 68% off a 2-year subscription plan, which is only $371 per month, and a free month for using my coupon code SomeMoeGaming. So with that said, back to talking about quality, wholesome anime. So sit back, relax, grab a few boxes of tissues because you're gonna need it for the tears of suffering you're about to witness. And now I believe it is time I start my very professional reviews on these very highly rated wholesome anime, starting with ℌệ𝔫𝔱ằ𝔦 with a spicy 4.83. And to all those maid fans out there who just love maids, I don't judge, it's a nice thing, I guess. Personally, I don't find the appeal in maid outfits. I might have committed a huge sin right there. I'm very uncultured, I'm very sorry, but they seem very basic to me. I don't know, is that just me? But if you are a fan of maids, this might be your cup of tea. Because to start things off, we are welcomed by this PowerPoint transition into what I believe is a house. The art definitely aged so well here, like you can see the detail and the crispness of these lines, and I have no complaints. So pretty much how this wholesome anime initiates is that this girl arrives at this house with a package delivery, and get a load of this, she's the package, because she works for a maid delivery service. I really need that right now because my room is dusty as hell. But yeah, she pulls up to this dude's house and the dude is like, come in. And so she enters. And what I really appreciate about this anime is that they never took the time to sync the lip flaps to the actual voices. And to be fair, synced audio is pretty overrated. So at first glance, you may be looking at this and being like, yo, this is terrible. But let me tell you, this is none other than pure genius. Just look at how the flat colored background really complements the elementary school level art. You can't tell me this does not look beautiful. And the animation though, yo, it really puts Ufotable to shame. Also, one thing I would really like to point out right now is that this wholesome anime is really good with being innovative with its wholesome scenes. Like if you're a vegetarian, I'm sure you're gonna love this one because they somehow found a way to implement a carrot in the mix. Yeah. I never knew there were so many uses for a carrot. And if you think the carrot is bizarre, well, let me tell you, they even whip out a live eel. Which, too bad it wasn't electric. Next, we got Shou no Roku Shoujo Bara Banana from the original creator of Devilman Crybaby. Yeah, you thought I was joking. And you know the success that was Devilman Crybaby, so this cannot be that bad. If Devilman Crybaby was a banger, well, so can this, because we know the same artistic genius worked on this piece. And let me tell you, he does miss sometimes. But that's okay, this is old, and we could just blame time for the atrocity that this was. Just by looking at it, you can tell it's old. I promise you I rendered this video in 1080p. I can't help the quality of this, so don't blame me for the way it looks. So anyways, to give you a quick rundown of this lovely, wholesome anime, it starts off with this guy riding his motorcycle. Just, he's cruising, he's chilling. Then before you know it, he does a 360 instant swap into the air and lands a ladder stall no-scope like a pro. I honestly don't know how that man's kneecaps survived that fall, but it was probably lightweight pro. Why am I making all these goddamn Call of Duty references? references. So after hitting that epic trick shot, this guy damn near gets a seizure from all these flashing lights from the spaceship, and whoa, a blonde girl spawns without any clothes equipped. That is insane. And upon spawning in the middle of nowhere, just in the middle of the field, she decides to play with herself. I mean, I like to have fun with myself, you know, I like to play video games and stuff, so, you know, I don't see anything wrong with this. And with her playing single player like this, the squad pulls up and is like, hey yo, you want to have fun with us too? And so they join in on the fun. But little did they know, the main heroine of the show has a special ability of her own. Like, I don't know what it does, but it's quite special. And every time she climaxes, anyone within range gets transported to a different dimension or place. It's still not clear to me. Probably because I watched this raw without any subtitles, so I'm sorry if this summary is a little scuffed. But moving forward, the main heroine meets up with the main character, and I mean, it's, I guess, you know, since it's a wholesome anime, they instantly fall in love with each other. I'm not sure if that's realistic or not. Comment down below. But yeah, together along with a little Goomba thing, they decide to go on a road trip to a haunted house because, I mean, to be fair, it is cheaper than a hotel. And apparently in this haunted house, there are waifus chilling there. Like, for a haunted house, I guess it is pretty luxurious, so they decide to stay there for the night. And would you look at that, the girls that were just chilling in the haunted house are having wholesome fun in front of the fireplace. In front of the fucking fireplace! While the main character has some decency and takes his woman to a special and private room, and they decide to have their own wholesome fun, I guess. And then before you know it, the monsters pull up! And you see, it's not a Go Nagai's work without its monsters. Devilman Crybaby had its monsters, and so can this. It is only fitting to add them because that is the Go Nagai touch. Even though I've only seen Devilman Crybaby and none of his other work, but hey. Anyways, the monsters pull up and they join in on the fun, eventually getting to the main heroine. And once they got their hands on that main heroine, like, you know, it's lights out because she climaxes. And with that said, you know her ability. It made every one of those monsters disappear or disintegrate. Like, I honestly don't know what happened there, and I don't know how the characters around her didn't get affected by her ability. So after that, it ends with the main character looking out in the distance, you know, looking all cool, and then behind him the main heroine drops by and they have a happy ending. Yeah, that was a great use of 28 minutes of my life. So, moving forward, because I obviously cannot stop there, we got Engineero Wareta Idol with a nice, juicy 4.78 score on my anime list. I'm so excited. And to start things off, we got this girl taking a shower. You know how it is. You gotta stay clean. And oh my gosh, she's about to get slashed by an axe. Just kidding. It was all a part of the play. Get pranked. And right off the bat, we are getting Perfect Blue vibes. And that is how you know this is gonna be good. And if you have not watched Perfect Blue, I don't know what you're doing with your life right now, but I recommend that you watch that because it's actually a good movie. But don't go! I need that watch time. So anyways, back to the wholesome anime. One thing that I admire is rain. Not only do I like rain in anime, I like it in real life as well. You know how people look at sunny days like, hey, what a beautiful day. I'm that dude who looks at cloudy days that, you know, is just pouring up the asshole like, hey, now that's a beautiful day. I mean, you can't tell me that rain is not relaxing. Like, it's the most relaxing and soothing and aesthetically pleasing thing that you can ever look at. And yeah, I'm probably sounding like a fucking crackhead right now, but let's get back to the wholesome anime. Just look at the rain right here. I really love how they paid attention to detail and pretty much dumped the whole bottle of whiteout on the screen. And to further separate itself from other wholesome anime, they even took the step to give ki to the main character just like a battle shonen. Now, if that's not a good idea, I don't know what is. And you see, I could spend a good 10-20 minutes explaining the lore and the plots of this wholesome anime, but I'm not gonna bore you. This was actually pretty poo-poo. I mean, yeah, if you go to the My Anime List page, you can see that the genres, it's demons and wholesome. So with those two in mind, you may be thinking, yo, this is gonna be a bomb-ass anime. And honestly, you are right, because there's actually a followable plot along with everything else a good wholesome anime needs. Except quality wholesome scenes. Yeah, a little bit of a disappointment. But to give you a nice speed run, it starts off with this idol slash actor Ikumi, and she got a pretty promising career ahead of her. Like, hey, good for her. But obviously, with success, you got people who are jealous of you. And that jealous person in this anime is this purpled hair girl whose name I forgot, so I'm just gonna name her Deborah. So Deborah, walking through the forest or woods or whatever this place is, discovers some dark voodoo magic thing. I don't know what this is, but it's dark magic. And with this dark magic, she performs a ritual on her boyfriend or whatever this man is, like friends with benefits. I don't know, but she pretty much uses him as tribute. And you know, mad respect for simping for your girl this hard. I respect that. And pretty much to get this ritual running, they pretty much just have to have wholesome fun in the center of like the circle thing. And yeah, they initiate it and it turns this dude into a monster of sorts, which then the monster flies away and heads to Ikumi's concert. And would you look at that, he yoinks her. And with this happening, this got her #1 simp angry, aka the main character. And like the white knight he is, he grabs his bike and goes on a mission to save her. But then he says, screw the bike, I'm going on foot. So he pulls up as Ikumi is getting attacked by Tentacruel and pretty much one-shots this monster like the OP protagonist he is. And right then and there, they decide to get down and wholesome on that dirty ass floor. And yeah, that's the end. I guess that was pretty cool. To be honest, the highlight of the whole thing would be that I got to see Courage the Cowardly Dog, but that's about it. Anyways, this now brings us to our next wholesome anime, Fairy Forest Remy-chan. And just having Rem in the title like that already makes me not want to watch it, because we love Amelia. Just kidding, Echidna Gang. Even though I haven't started this season yet. Hey, but you can't blame me because I had a lot of wholesome anime to watch for this video. But first impressions. Fairy Forest Remy-chan really had a strong start, with the audio recorded through a Samsung phone, while the lip flaps didn't even sync up with the voices. And on top of that, the arts, at least they tried. But pretty much how this one goes is that we got Ben 10 in the anime world, and he hears a scream coming from the forest. And so, like any other protagonist would do, they chase that voice. And so he tracks this voice, running through this nicely drawn forest, and just look at how this animation is so well done as well. I believe this would be the definition of flawless. So after running through the forest in his high-heeled Skechers, yeah, I didn't know this was the thing till now. I guess this was the prototype for Heelys. But after running through the forest for some time, he finally finds where the voice is coming from. A lolly in the forest in her birthday suit, tied up in a tree. And pretty much how this goes is that this lolly tells this guy to scratch her mosquito bites, rather than asking him to get her down. I don't understand. I guess she got her priorities straight. So for a good 5 minutes of this wholesome anime, it's just this dude jumping up and down like a buffoon, scratching this girl. And after taking all the energy to scratch her mosquito bites, more mosquitoes swarm in, and one of them even has like shades. You know, that's pretty cool, I guess. But with these mosquitoes swarming in, this dude was like, yo, I'm not playing around no more. And he gets the idea to grab a stick and pretty much goes to town with that shit. He go boom, boom, boom. But unfortunately, this poor girl, this poor lolly gets caught in the crossfire. And yeah, she gets pretty slammed by that stick. And so after getting those pesky mosquitoes away with that stick, he finally thinks of common sense and gets her down. And then this flashback hits him with this lady who you would think is his mom, but apparently they were on a date. Is it just me, or does this dude look like a teenager? The art is so inconsistent that you just cannot tell. Like in one scene he looks like a teenager, and in others, or like this shot in particular, this man looks 20. What is going on? But pretty much in this flashback, this MILF wanted this dude to pay for her drink, and he was like, yo, chill, this shit expensive. And she's like, all right, I'm leaving. And to be honest, you don't need her, man. Them gold diggers. And so with this flashback appearing in his mind out of nowhere, he is then like, all females are the same, and takes out his frustrations on this pink-haired lolly, getting massively wholesome with her, even grabbing a whole damn stick and punching it so deep down her void with so much force, you would think this dude's kick is on par with Messi. And yeah, pretty much the remainder of the episode is just wholesome fun between the two of them. You know, it's just wholesome fun, eventually reaching like 50 plus climaxes. I don't know how that was possible, and you could tell by the look of this dude's face, he was drained out, but he still kept on wanting to go. So then after the 60th climax, the lolly was like, Owarida, and pretty much explains to this dude that she's the fairy of the forest like the title entails, and that she's 1,000 years old. So legal lolly, let's go. And apparently the reason why she was able to live for so long is by literally sucking the life forces out of people, mostly males, I would assume. So pretty interesting concept there. And is it just me, or does she kind of look like Starfire? I don't know what it is about me connecting cartoon characters to wholesome anime characters, but hey, let's forget I said that and move on to the final wholesome anime for this video, Kaguya-hime Taketori Monogatari, with a fat 4.76 score rating. Now I love me my Kaguya Summer Love is War, but this right here has no correlation whatsoever, and I don't know why I said that. But with this wholesome anime, I do gotta say, it was mad boring. It's really old, the quality is garbage. Please don't comment saying my video quality is trash, because I am easily offended. And like every other quality wholesome anime that I've went over in this video, they couldn't even bother syncing up the lip flaps with the script. As a whole, this was a pretty disappointing piece, because the amount of wholesome scenes in this, it's lacking. But on the bright side, the setting is placed in the feudal times of Japan. So if you're a fan of Gintama, Samurai Champloo, or even Inuyasha, hey, you might actually enjoy this because it's pretty much the same thing. And what I really appreciate about this wholesome anime is like how they try to capture feudal Japan, because we all know 2D is not enough. We need that 3D action. And yeah, they got their GoPros out. I'm not sure if they had GoPros at this time, but you know, they got their GoPros out and started recording the forest right here. Like, it just looks so beautiful. It really feels like I'm in feudal Japan. And did my voice just crack there? I don't care. I'm not cutting that out. So, as far as the plot goes for this one, it's kind of hazy to me because, you know, I tried my hardest to pay attention to it, and staying awake was not easy. But pretty much it starts off with this old couple, and the man heads out. He's like, yo, I gotta cut some bamboo. And so on his stroll, he sees this glowing bamboo, and so he cuts it. And wow, would you look at that? There's a little magical baby thing in it, and so he picks it up and takes it home, and I assume they raise it to become a queen of some sort, which let me tell you, I watched this whole thing raw, meaning, you know, just straight Japanese dub, no sub, and my Japanese fluency is buns, so I can't give you a accurate explanation. But if you're for whatever reason triggered that I can't give you a precise explanation of this whole entire beautiful, wonderful piece of Japanese literature, feel free to find it and watch it yourself because it's just that great. But yeah, pretty much a whole Naruto Shippuden time skip happens here, and now she's a big chunky woman. Just kidding, she's not chunky, but she's way bigger than this baby form right here. And yeah, to give you a nice little speed run, there's a lot of dialogue like blah 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 blah, and towards the end there's a really good one wholesome scene in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a banger. And after that, Kaguya Hime is like, yo, I gotta head out, I'm heading to the moon, bye. And that's that. Anyways, hope you all did enjoy this video. Shout out to ABT Gaming, Cameron Reza, and my other Patreon supporters for supporting the boy over on Patreon. Much appreciated. And if you would care to see me go over more of Japan's worst creations, you know, you can always drop a like. I mean, that's only if you hate me. And yeah, with that all said and done, once again, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting the channel. It's kind of crazy to think that I'm almost at 500,000 subscribers making content like this, but regardless, much love to y'all. Have a fantastic day or night, whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.